To News Live. Thank you very much for coming through.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much.
So please, would you give us the latest on what transpired from the talks today?
Today it was just a meeting of the shop stewards who are representing our members from all the regions in South Africa. We were trying to make sense of what happened on Monday when we met at CCMA with Eskom. We realized that Eskom is not prepared to move, and in fact we received after Monday a certificate of non-resolution. Then we had to decide as to what to do with that certificate.
Please tell us, and could you remind us please, us as well as the viewers, what the unions are demanding and what Eskom's offer on the table is?
Currently, in terms of salaries, we are demanding 13% increase for those who are lowest paid and 12% increase for those who are paid better. And Eskom is at 7%.
That's quite a stark difference.
That's true, it's quite a difference. And Eskom on Monday never showed any sign of moving from that 7%.
Now, given the fact that Eskom is designated an essential service, is a strike legally possible, or is a strike on the cards?
Well, we have come to realize that we can't wait for permission in order to fight for our own rights, because Eskom is abusing the fact that they are regarded as an essential services entity. And therefore we say, well, if it needs us to strike for Eskom to understand that we are workers as well, let it be.
So what's the next round of discussions that need to happen?
Well, we'll await Eskom to call us for a new offer. What we intend to do is to serve them with a notice for a strike.
Okay, and then basically when that notice, are you planning to serve it today or next week?
Well, as I left the meeting in Midrand, it was not yet decided as to when to serve the notice.
Please tell us what the latest regarding the Sibanye Gold's plan to retrench over 2,000 workers.
Well, we are trying to mitigate the situation at Sibanye. In fact, the actual figure is around 1,700. We hope that the majority of those workers won't be retrenched, will be transferred to other operations of Sibanye. Those who cannot be retrenched, cannot be placed somewhere else, may face retrenchment at the end of the day.
We have been seeing some interesting movements in the commodities markets and your industry. How do we see it panning out going towards the end of the year? Do you as NUM see a resolution to these issues, or do you see a hard stance from both sides? Well, we see no reason for the employers to have a hard stance, and especially in gold, because they have reported some improvement in their earnings. So we expect them to have an improved view of how they remunerate their employees. All right. So now I want to thank you so much for coming through to chat to us and give us an understanding of where it lies now and how the land looks now after your discussions today. We will await further news from you later on as to when you're going to be serving that notice. Thank you, but we are really not interested in a strike per se, but if we are forced, there's no other option that we can go for. It's a strike. Well, there you have it, Mr. David Sipunzi, the General Secretary of NUM, saying that they're not looking for a strike, they want to talk, and it's only if they're forced that they'll go that way. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, now we'll take a short break. When we come back, we've got more news. You're watching News Live.